going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is the Monday edition. It is May 5th. We are back. Unfortunately, it's Monday, but we are still here. So we have kind of a unique slate. For whatever reason, we have a 2-game early slate. Then we have an 8-game main slate for a Monday. Usually we have a little bit more on the early slate, but it's whatever. And the problem is we've got some weather concerns in the 2 games, and we don't have pitchers for 2 teams of the 4 teams. So we're still going to cover everything. If you've never been here before, it is a little bit longer than what you're used to. There are chapters there for you to click through if you want to go to certain parts of this video. If you are new to the channel, we do have giveaways, or we try to have giveaways every single day. 2 ways to win. The first way, like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment on this video. If you do all of those, let me pause and say, it would be appreciated if it was a positive comment, but a comment nonetheless. And if you do that, and this video gets at least 50 likes, you will have a shot at a free week of FTA+. That is a week of all sports. So current sports that we are doing, we're done with NBA because it's only basically 1 game a night, and we're not going to do showdowns. We do MLB, we do NASCAR, we do PGA, we do MMA. If this video gets at least 100 likes, you will have a shot at a free month of FTA+. 150 likes, a free year. 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. We also have 7 spots still available. First come, first serve that emails me, which is down below in the description. But our normal yearly pass is normally $199. You can get it for only $99 if you email me. If you want to try us out for a 3-day free trial, also email me and let me know. If you like it and we still have it available after your 3 days, you can hit us up as well. So that being said, a second way to win in these videos, will somewhere in this video there be a keyword or a key phrase? Type that in and have your shot at a free week. Now, you could technically win both times in these videos. We had that happen, that was either yesterday or the day before. So we're going to see who the 2 winners from Sunday's edition are right now. In that video, we got over 100 likes. So we hit that second mark here. 55 comments, which is huge. You guys absolutely killed it with the comments, the views, the likes, the watch time. All of that has been awesome. If you guys could help the channel out by watching the videos we put out a couple of times a day, you can even mute the volume so the watch time looks good. If you need a couple of times to help us out, liking the video, sharing the videos, they all help. And if you want to check out our shorts channel, I just put out some stupid shorts to see if how those are reactive as well. If you could check those out, that would be awesome. But we are going to see who the 2 winners are, or possibly the 1 winner both times is for the main breakdown of yesterday's slate. So this is a minimum of 100 likes, which is awesome. TJ Cola, congratulations. I don't think you've ever won, so please email me. The email is down below in the description of the video. It is dfshelp1@gmail.com. If you do have an account on our site, let me know. If you do not, please let me know a username, email, and password, and I will get you set up for your free pass. That being said, you did have the keyword, but as always, we're going to re-roll it. You still have a chance to get your keyword said yet again. So let's pick another winner, or maybe pick the same one. So this is for the comment. May the 4th be with you. There you go. Serve 5,000. May the 4th be with us. Let's see if we can use Yoda's Force to take down a GPP. I would absolutely love to know if you were able to take down a GPP. So if you did, let us know here as well. But also, you email me. So congratulations to 2 new winners from the channel that I don't think you guys have ever won before. So I'm very excited for you guys to check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So that being said, as always, we are going to be using outlier.bet to go through all the games. So what differentiates us from the other competitors? We're going to go through all of the games. We're going to look at batters and pitchers. We're going to look at historical matchups. We're going to look at batter splits. After that, maybe we'll talk through the games. We'll look at who we might like as a stack, so on and so forth. After that, we've already ran 10,000 simulations in the background. We will then give you all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 simulations. We do 20,000 a day, and we update that on the website usually about an hour or 2 before first pitch. You can find all of that information under here. The majority of this stuff is FTA+, so check us out for the week, check us out for the month. If you want to get in that yearly pass, check us out there. 7 passes available for $100 off. So we are going to use Outlier, and if you've never seen us before and you've never seen Outlier, I'm going to show you exactly what it is. If you want to get in there for a free week of your own, the link will be down below to sign up in the description. If you do that and you sign up, I believe they're going to give you a free 7-day trial to their premium package. Check that out. And after the week, if you decide to pay for a package on your own, if you do their normal package, using our link, we are going to give you a free week of FTA Plus. If you use our link to sign up for their monthly package in their premium, we're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus on top of it. So that is a huge value for you. Probably, I don't even know what the value of that is right now. So if you guys are interested in that, click the links down below. So we have this 2-game really weird turbo slate. Dodgers at Miami, Cleveland at Washington. Now at the moment, the Dodgers they've got some injuries to their rotation. It has not been confirmed who's going to be the starting pitcher for the Dodgers. It's finally been confirmed for Washington, so that's great, but there is some weather concern there. So we look at this first game. You got the Dodgers at Miami. You know Miami's Miami. You got Alcantara, Alcantara comes into this game. He's got an 8.31 ERA. Not ideal. He faced the Dodgers. When was that? His last start, he faced the Dodgers. 2.2 innings, 7 earned runs, 5 walks, 2 Ks, like minus 11.2. He has really fallen off a cliff. I fully expect it to happen again. Now, it is in Miami, so weather won't be a concern there. The Dodgers are only traveling from Atlanta to Miami, so that's like a 45-minute plane ride, so shouldn't be jet lagged. We should be all good to go there. They did play Sunday Night Baseball, so that's the only thing. But looking at this, I cannot trust Alcantara. Do you want to throw Alcantara for tournaments? Maybe. But there's no way I would be looking at that. I would 100% be focusing not on Alcantara. And I don't know if Casparius is even starting. They said he wanted to, last Sunday, that he was thinking about stretching him out as a starter. If that is true, this could be his spot on the rotation. You just never know what we're going to get. We don't know if it's actually going to be him as a starter, so it's very hard to look at it. But whoever the Dodger starter is against Miami, I maybe throw them in a tournament. Just because. Now, if it is Casparius and he does get some length and innings pitched, that would be great. Coming off 3.2 in his last start against Pittsburgh, 2.2 there, so maybe they still need to stretch him out, but his numbers have been pretty good. But in this game, I'm 100% looking at the Dodgers as a stack. Pretty much every Dodger is available for me. Ohtani, Freeman, Mookie Betts, Andy Pages, Teoscar Hernandez. It does not matter. I would be looking at every single Dodger in this one. Dodgers make sense to do two. Now, it would be kind of hard to do multiple, but especially with 2-game slate. But I think the Dodgers are your stack that you want to go with in this one. I think they're going to be very highly owned too. And the flip side of that, Cleveland at Washington, as long as the weather could hold off, that would be fantastic. You got Jake Irvin versus Luis Ortiz. Ortiz is coming in. He's 6,500, 4.78 ERA. Coming off a great start against Minnesota. Minnesota has the Miami M on their hat. 21.3 is great. 6.1 innings, 5 strikeouts. He got up to 90. Basically, if he doesn't get hurt and in huge trouble, you're probably looking about 90 to 100 pitches out of him, which is great. It just depends if he's able to put those pitches to use against a Washington team that's been able to hit pretty well. Then you got Jake Irvin. Jake Irvin comes in with a 4.01 ERA, 33 strikeouts, coming off a bad start against Philly. Philly's a really good team. Cleveland's a good hitting team as well. Other than that, like for the majority of them, when I say we need to hit value, and if you are new to the channel, what I'm looking at is, at least on DraftKings, when you have a pitcher, 2 to 2.5 times value. What I mean by that is I am looking at the pitchers to get at 8,500 times 2 or 8,500 times 2.5. It's basically what I'm looking at there. So he obviously did not hit it there against Philly. I don't know what his price was against the Mets. He hit it bigly against Colorado. Colorado strikes out the most. So we will go through that as well. And I did forget to mention, you can check the chapters, but after we go through the games and we do all of the batters, I have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. We are also going to go over the pitches be crazy, which is the 5 pitchers that are in line against the top 5 teams that strike out that are on this main slate or on the slate for the day. And then after that, we're going to do our Makin Bacon bets where we look at our simulations. We look at the batters who have great matchups. We try to target some batters that we think are capable of over 1.5 bases, and then some pitchers that may be capable of strikeouts, and then we try to find their strikeout lines. So if you were to look at this game and you want to use Outlier to look at this game, we've got a lot going on. So we definitely check this out. And Cleveland bats against Jake Irvin. Like, Santana has a home run, but that is it. But then you dig in a little bit more, and this is why I love Outlier, and this is why I think you would too. You can see green means good. Green means go. Green means they hit righties better than lefties. So if you are looking at some sort of stack of Cleveland, Stephen Kwan batting .330 with 4 bombs. Obviously, we want to get him in there. I would look at Joaquin Noel. I would look at J-Ram as long as he's healthy and not hurt. I would look at Gabriel Arias. I kind of like Bo Naylor. I know he's not hitting very well against righties, but if he gets the start, I do not mind Bo Naylor. And then if you don't trust Ortiz and you want to look at Washington bats, like, they've seen him a little bit, like basically 1 to 2 start equivalent. You've got Josh Bell with a home run against him. You've got Dylan Cruz with a home run. Then we dig in a little bit further and we see how these guys do against right-handed pitching. So C.J. Abrams this year batting .292 with 3 bombs. Josh Bell does hit righties better, but he's only batting .157. He's got 5 bombs. Nate Lowe, I absolutely love Nate Lowe here. .268 batting average. Looking at that, he has 6 bombs against righties. James Wood, .263 batting average, 6 bombs. Alex Call batting .324. I don't know if he'll be in there. All of these make sense to me. Dylan Cruz has 4 bombs as well, only batting .195. So I don't know if I trust Ortiz. I think Washington could be your sneaky stack in an early slate where I think a lot of people will probably be on the Dodgers, where you need to get a little bit of exposure. I don't even know if I'm going to be playing this early, the early slate at all. It's only 2 games. I'm probably not playing this early slate. But then that brings us to the Yankees and the Padres at the start of the early slate, or the main slate. So the Yankees have not confirmed their pitcher yet, but it is confirmed to be Nick Pivetta. Now, Nick Pivetta's numbers have been amazing this year. Comes in with a 1.78 ERA, 5.01 record, wild stuff. Like, he's had 4 straight really good games. The Yankees do strike out a ton. They strike out less at home, but they do strike out a ton. His strikeouts are 9, 6, 6, 10, and he was with Boston last year. He's a different pitcher than he was with Boston, though. And then it should be Rodon, I believe. He last pitched on Tuesday, so it's his turn in the rotation. It just has not been confirmed yet, which it should be. He's had back-to-back-to-back great starts, 25 out of against Baltimore. He didn't need to be hugely effective because they won by 12. Started off slow. I can't remember what happened, but great game there. Good game against Cleveland, great game against Tampa Bay. He now goes up against the San Diego team. Now, overall, San Diego, I believe they do not hit lefties well. And I say that, and you'd be like, well, what are you talking about? Well, that's why we're going to use Outlier, and we are going to see how they do against lefties. So let's check out how the San Diego bats go against Carlos Rodon. You have Machado with a home run, basically batting 1 for 11 with a home run. Against lefties this year, like you can see, overall, not a ton of success, but like Tatis is only batting .226. Martin Maldonado always has the Yankees number for whatever reason. He's batting .467 against lefties, 1 home run. Luis Arias has 2 home runs. He's not even a home run hitter is what's the wild thing. Bogarts has played in the stadium with Boston a ton. Machado batting .294 with 3 bombs against lefties. That must have came over the weekend because I believe Friday he had none against lefties. So if you think he's going to be bad, you don't think Rodon's going to continue his dominance, Maldonado, Iglesias, Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., Gavin Sheets, I don't mind those guys as a stack at all. And then you look at the Yankees bats against Pivetta. Like Oswaldo Cabrera has a home run. Paul Goldschmidt has a home run. Judge has 2. Judge is on another planet right now. So if I would look at them, being embarrassed by Tampa Bay, this weekend, whatever. Now they're at home. It's a long season. I get that. If you are stacking the Yankees, now I love Pivetta, but I think I'll have a couple of stacks of the Yankees just to cover my bases. Obviously, Judge makes the most sense. He's batting .417 this year against righties, and he's batting .432 overall, which is absolutely bonkers. I would look at him. I would look at Trent Grisham. I would look at Ben Rice. I would look at Paul Goldschmidt. Those are my top 4 right there. Then it just depends on who's going to be in this lineup. Jason Dominguez, he's batting .305 against righties this year with a couple of bombs. See if he's in there. Volpe had a shoulder issue, so he missed Sunday. We'll see if he's there. Austin Wells, .210 batting average, 4 bombs. I would look at him. Like, it makes sense for a Yankee stack, but it also makes sense for Pivetta because he has been so damn good this year. It doesn't make sense. He's been pitching. I want to see, and now we've talked about the splits don't really mean a ton But splits-wise, 4 games at home, 142. He has been worse on the road in 2 games. And it is Yankee Stadium, so you never know. A lot of people are going to be on Pavetta. I don't mind. But again, weather might be a concern here. We might not even get this game in. Cincy Atlanta is next. We've got Brady Singer versus A.J. Smith-Shawver coming off the day-to-day with an elbow problem. He took a line drive off his elbow last on Tuesday. Whether or not that is going to affect him, that's the thing. Kind of monitor that. 19 fantasy points there before he got taken out of the game. He was doing really well against Colorado. You're supposed to. Colorado's bad. Since he's been a good hitting team, though. Splits-wise, he's only pitched once at home, 5.79 ERA, so it's kind of skewed. And if that elbow starts to hurt, maybe they pull him early, which would suck in the long run. And then Brady Singer, on the other hand, 2.97 ERA. Thought he'd be a little bit worse considering he's now going into a hitter-friendly park, but he's been pretty good at home, 2.42. He's been better at home than on the road. Atlanta's been heating up. So this is where I'll tell you, let's dig into the numbers and see which games make a ton of sense, which pitchers, which batters. We'll go from there. So we can look at these numbers. Smith-Shawver comes in. Tournament-wise, I'd be okay with it because he is 7,500, but I don't know how deep he's going to go into this game. So just kind of looking at the numbers, they really haven't seen much. Ellie De La Cruz has a home run against him, so does Jake Fraley. But now we're into Atlanta. But looking at the bats that I would look at if I were to go away from Shawver and look at Cincinnati bats, I love Jose Trevino, batting .357 against righties with a couple of home runs. Now, I think most of those have come in Cincy, but I mean, he was an option if he starts. Austin Wins, I don't know if he gets in there, but he's batting .478 in 23 at-bats against righties this year. Ellie De La Cruz batting .286, Gavin Lux batting .366, Noel V. Marte batting .318. Like, all of these numbers say stack Cincy. They're absolutely just video game numbers against right-handed pitching. And if they struggle there, that is when you then jump into the bullpen. And we have all of the bullpen information under the MLB tab, MLB and then the bullpens, and you can see. So let's say Shawver gets taken out early into the game, I don't know, the 5th inning, 4th inning, and then it comes up to the bullpen, and then you want to see how bad the bullpen is. Atlanta's bullpen right now, 3.94 ERA. They've given up 13 home runs and 107 strikeouts. So if Shawver gets in and the bullpen comes in and it's righties, this Cincinnati team could feast. Braves bats against Singer, like Sean Murphy has 2 home runs against him. Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Eddie Rosario, and Verdugo, they all have 1 home run against Singer as well. Against right-handed pitching, like Baldwin, I don't know if Baldwin will play, but he is in there. You could look at that. Michael Harris does better against righties. Verdugo leading off, great numbers. Like a godsend, them signing him. Now, Eddie Rosario got re-signed. I don't know if he'll start, but he would be a cheap option as well. And then you always have maybe a Nick Allen, which would be a cheaper option, an Austin Riley with 4 bombs, or even like a Marcell Ozuna obviously makes sense. You could go with a little bit of Matt Olson, but he's struggled against righties the past couple of years. But I do love here, I don't know if I like either pitcher. I think I'd rather stack in this game. It could be a high-scoring game. You never know. Houston at the Brewers. Or no, we've got San Francisco at Chicago White Sox. Or Chicago Cubs, sorry. The Giants at the Cubs. Now, this is in Wrigley. The Cubs offense has been stupid. They're hitting so many home runs. It's wild out there. It's the Wild West out there. So we look at that. Matt Boyd, I don't know how Matt Boyd's been doing what he's doing. Comes in, 2.70 ERA. Looking at what the Giants do on the road, the Giants strike out 10.33 times on the road. Now, this is Wrigley, and the wind does fly out of there. But you can see 6 strikeouts, 4, 3, 7, 5. He's had some good games. It's been up and down. Past couple of games, he's not. Well, technically, the past 4 games, he's not hit value. That's the only problem. My thing is, for tournaments against a team that strikes out so much on the road, I'm okay with that. But again, his price is up there and he's not hit value. Then you've got him going up against Landon Roop. 5.10 ERA, splits-wise, nothing. Hasn't done anything in the past couple of games. Now he's going up against a Cubs team. I want nothing to do with Roop, however you say his name. I'll have a little bit of exposure to Matthew Boyd just because of how well he has done. But then if you look and how much they strike out on the road, but if you want to find some Giants bats, maybe not necessarily a full stack, but Matt Chapman makes a ton of sense. Koss makes sense. I don't know if he'll be in there. Jung-Ho Lee is batting 342, lefty on lefty matchup. Does not matter for him. Elliot Ramos makes sense as well. Maybe in a little bit of Huff. I'm not sure about that. Cubs bats against Raup. They haven't seen him before, but I mean, they're just mashing. The only, and I said this yesterday, the only person in this lineup that I really don't want anything to do with, a couple of people, is probably John Birdie, Nicky Lopez, and Justin Turner. Anyone else, I'm stacking the Cubs here. Cubs make a ton of sense, especially with a smaller slate, to have 2+ different stacks. Pete Armstrong's absolutely on fire. Kyle Tucker, at home, Michael Busch. Give me all of the Cubs in this game. That's where I'm going to be at. And I'll let you know right now, I will not always be right. There are times that I will miss games. I'll be incorrect. This could be one of them. But I absolutely love the Cubs. Probably my top stack of the day. Then we get the White Sox at Kansas City. Kansas City started putting on a show against Baltimore on Sunday, hitting a ton of home runs. Now you got Cole Reagans versus Shane Smith. Now Cole Reagans making his scheduled start. He has not pitched since the 24th, so he missed a start, and he had a groin problem. He only went 3 innings in that game. That's the problem. 2 games in a row, he's had bad starts. Other than that, he had really good starts. He has a fantastic matchup here. My only problem is I don't know what we're going to get out of him with the groin. I don't know if he could re-aggravate it like that. I don't know. But I love Cole Reagans here against the White Sox. And then I would look at Kansas City bats against the White Sox here. So if we get a fully healthy Reagans, bar none, I absolutely love him there. We got Kansas City bats against Shane Smith. They've never seen him before. The ones I would be looking at, Jonathan India, Drew Waters. Obviously, Bobby Witt Jr. makes a ton of sense. Sal Perez, Pasquantino, Massey, India. Like, Kansas City feels like one of those stacks where I am looking at 2+ on there as well. So I want nothing to do with the White Sox right now unless some news comes out that maybe. This is a pitcher's park as well, but I'd rather take the Royals bats and Cole Reagans over Shane Smith and anything with the White Sox. Houston at Milwaukee is the next game. We've got Ronel Blanco versus Tobias Myers. So Blanco comes in, game log wise, didn't hit value his last start against Detroit, gave up 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. So he had the strikeouts working a little bit, but is in Milwaukee, which they can hit at home pretty well, and on the road in 2 starts, got 9.45 ERA. Then you got Tobias Myers here. Game log wise, hasn't done anything. Second start of the season, he was there for whatever reason. 2 innings. I mean, he's not doing anything. He's bullpen guy or an opener, which you can't do anything with. So, and then you would look at like how the bullpen stats are, and you'd go from there. So if we were to look at the bats in this one, it would probably be both sides. I don't really trust either starter here. I'd probably be looking at least on Houston's side. You could look at Jake Myers, be a cheap option. You could look at Altuve, DeZenzo. You could look at Yainer Diaz, Jeremy Pena. On the flip side with Milwaukee, Christian Yelich, Bryce Terang if he's in there, Sal Frelick if he gets the start, William Contreras, Caleb Durbin. Like, I'm probably avoiding the pitcher. There's no way I'm using Tobias Myers because he's not going to be in the game long, and then they'll go to the bullpen, and we'll go from there. So he's probably going to be an opener, but not 100% confirmed, and I just don't trust Tobias Myers at all. Pittsburgh at St. Louis is next. You got Mikolas versus Majinski. We looked that up. I think it's him. Yep. Carmen Majinski against St. Louis. Game log wise, he hasn't even hit value, and he's at $5,000. That's saying something. Like, the earned runs are there. He's giving up an earned run in every single start, a minimum. 4 strikeouts is basically right around 4 strikeouts is what you're getting out of him. He's not hitting value. He's going up against a St. Louis team that can hit. And then you got Mikolas here, or Mikolas, however you want to say it. And we can look at that. And game log wise, splits wise, he hasn't faced Pittsburgh this year yet. But they do face each other in the same division. Coming off a good start at Cincy, not a good start, a couple of non-starts in a row. So he's been very up and down as well. I think Mikolas is probably only a tournament option for you. I don't think you're trusting him in cash at all. I don't know if I'm playing any cash today just with the games and the weather. But we look at Pittsburgh bats against Mikolas here, or Mikolas. Let me know how you say it. Brian Reynolds has 39 at-bats against him, batting .359. So he's seen him enough. They know. Brian Hayes, Adam Frazier, they're all batting over .381, .382 against him. They have seen him a ton. Against right-handed pitching, those are the guys that you're looking at. O'Neal Cruz on top of that. All of these guys are what I would look at. I'm probably stacking Pittsburgh here. Then St. Louis bats against Majinski. No one's had much success. Against right-handed pitching, I would look at Alec Burleson. I would look at Wilson Contreras. I believe he had a home run on Saturday or Sunday. Brendan Donovan batting .352. You got Mason Wynn batting .317. Victor Scott, Lars Nootbaar. Like, I'm stacking this game. I'm not looking at pitching whatsoever. I think I like both stacks almost evenly there. Then we go to the next game. We've got New York Mets at Arizona. Got Griffin Canning versus Ryan Nelson. So Canning coming in, 2.61 ERA. We did use him his last start against Washington. It worked out. He only went 5 innings, though, but had 5 strikeouts. So you're looking probably about 5 strikeouts. But now this is in Coors Field Jr. in Arizona, which you never know. Ryan Nelson comes in, not pitching very well, not going deep into games, 5.82 ERA. Now he's going up against a Mets team. This is another one where I'm not using pitching. I'm using the bats 100% of the time. So we look at that. Arizona bats against Griffin Canning. They really haven't done much. Like Gurriel has a home run. But against right-handers this year. Is Marte back? Did they reinstate him and I missed it? Oh, he is back. When did you get... Oh, Friday. Okay. So if Ketel Marte is there, he's still so expensive. But if you are looking at that, like Ketel Marte against righties this year, Josh Naylor batting .321 with 4 bombs. You got Suarez with 9 bombs batting .221. Very boomer bust. Corbin Carroll makes a ton of sense. Pavin Smith makes sense. Like, yeah, I'm 100% stacking on both sides. Like that's a stack I would use for Arizona. Mets bats I would use Francisco Alvarez, Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, Luis Angel Acuna. I would look at them. Soto I'm okay with, but he's kind of struggled the first month of the season. But yeah, I'm looking at a stack on both sides. I think I like an Arizona stack just a little bit more, but I don't think you could go wrong with a Mets stack either. And then before we get to the final game, the keyword of the day is Cinco de Mayo. So congratulations. Please have all the margaritas for me that you possibly can. Final game being Seattle at the Sacramento Athletics, which is, again, a minor league ballpark. Not in Oakland. It's not the pitcher's park we're used to. So in this one here, we have none other than Bryce Miller versus Luis Severino, a.k.a. this is Morgan Wallen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, pause the video and tell me that's not Morgan Wallen. You've never seen Bryce Miller and Morgan Wallen in the same place at the same time, have you? The answer is no. But Morgan Wallen comes in, a 3.52 ERA, 31 strikeouts, coming off a great start against the Angels, bad start against Boston, great start against Cincy. Splits-wise, he's faced the Athletics once this year, 5.2 innings, 3 earned runs, only 4 strikeouts, only had 10 fantasy points. So the way the Athletics have been going, I don't know if I trust them here, or trust Bryce Miller here. Sevy, on the other hand, has got a respectable 3.30 ERA, not getting the run support he needs. He's a 1-3 record, 33 strikeouts, but did face the Seattle for the first game of the year, 20.7, 6 innings, 6 Ks, but he did have 4 walks. That's the most walks he's had all year. He's kind of settled down in the walks department recently. So I like this matchup here. If I were to take a pitcher, it would be Severino over Bryce Miller. And then we dig into the numbers. The Athletic bats against Miller. Langeliers has a home run, Butler has a home run, and that is it. Against right-handed pitching, you got Nick Kurtz batting .286. You've got Tyler Soderstrom with 8 bombs batting .286 against righties. You got Urshela batting .217. I don't know if I'd use him. Jacob Wilson batting .314 with 3 bombs. I would look at Jacob Wilson. He's a very cheap option for you. Seth Brown batting .226 with a bomb. Lawrence Butler, .269, 4 bombs. And Brent Rooker, 6 bombs. This makes sense to me that we are looking at Athletics as a 2+ stack type of game for me. I don't trust the Mariners. I would rather have Luis Severino against them. That's my outlook in that game, and that is the outlook in the main slate. So we've covered the early 2-game slate and the main 8-game slate there. Hopefully you guys learned something. We are now going to go over all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 simulations. If you want to see everything else after 20,000 simulations, sign up for FTA Plus at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Now I'm going to let you know right now, there are not very many 10 out of 10s. The record is 38. I don't even know if we have 10. We might have 10. Let's count them. Number 1 right now, Bobby Witt Jr. versus Shane Smith. Number 2 is Jonathan India versus Shane Smith. 3 is Jose Ramirez versus Jake Irvin. 4 is Lars Nootbaar versus Carmen Mlodzinski. 5 is Sal Perez versus Smith. 6 is Stephen Kwan versus Irvin. 7 is Brian Reynolds versus Michaelis. 8, Yordan Alvarez versus Tobias Myers. 9, Kyle Tucker versus Landon Raup. And number 10 is Brendan Donovan versus Carmen Mlodzinski. So we only have 10 right now. Now, after we do 20,000, those numbers will go up. So I highly suggest hour or two before first pitch, make sure you check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So now we're going to do the Pitches Be Crazy segment, where we go through the players, the top 5 pitchers against teams that strike out the most. Now, I'm not necessarily going to use many of these. I don't know how much I'll play today, but I wanted to bring as much as I could to you. So number 1, Nick Pivetta versus the Yankees. Yankees are striking out 9.21 times per game, 8.18 at home. Whoever the Dodgers pitcher is at Miami, unless it's an opener, then we're not going to worry about that. Miami strikes out 8.91 times per game. They strike out 8.72 times at home. Number 3 is Brady Singer at Atlanta. Atlanta strikes out 8.56 times per game, 7.85 at home. We've got Brady Singer at Luis Severino versus Seattle. Seattle strikes out 8.56 times per game. They also strike out 8.57 on the road. And then Matt Boyd versus the Giants. Now, he has struggled. His past couple starts really hasn't hit value, so maybe you just use this for sports betting. But the Giants strike out 8.56 times per game, but they strike out 10.33 on the road. So for whatever reason, they strike out way more on the road than they do at home. So again, that's Nick Pivetta, the Dodgers pitcher, whoever that is. Number 3 is Brady Singer, 4 is Severino, and 5 is Matt Boyd. Now, we are going to look at all the players we like that have a great matchup, that have a great rating, have a good ballpark, the weather looks okay. Here are the ones that we think will get over 1.5 bases, or if you want to take the bet, 2+ bases. So the ones I'm looking at right now, they pretty much had a good game yesterday. There's a ton of Kansas City on this list, I think. But I am looking at Bobby Witt Jr. for 2+ bases. I am looking at Sal Perez for 2+ bases. Brian Reynolds against Michaelis for 2+ bases. Yordan versus Tobias Myers, but I don't know if I'm going to use this one much because I don't think Myers is going to be in the game long. I would look at him for 2+ bases. Brendan Donovan versus Mlodzinski for 2+ bases. Lars Nootbaar versus Mlodzinski for 2+. Jonathan India versus Shane Smith for 2+ as well. So a ton of Kansas City bats. All of those, I believe, hit home runs on Sunday as well. So they're locked in at the plate right now for whatever reason. Maybe we take that from yesterday and get that today. And then we look at the strikeouts. So pitchers for strikeouts, I don't know how much of this I'll actually have, but I wanted to bring this to you. Cole Reagans, if we could find a line for 6+ or 7+ strikeouts against the White Sox. But again, he's got that groin issue. It could flare up and he could be out of the game and you could get screwed over. So be very cautious of that. Matt Boyd for 5+ strikeouts or 6+ strikeouts, depending if you find that line, you could look at that. And then finally, there's not a ton, like I said. I would look at Brady Singer against the Braves. If you could find a line for 4+ strikeouts or 5+ strikeouts, I would use that line if you could. So that is what I have for you. That is the entire day broken down on Monday. Let's have a great day. Let's hope the weather holds up. I would love to know how your weekend was, whether or not you won a ton of bacon, if you did MMA, if you did NASCAR on Sunday, if you did baseball, if you did basketball, whatever else you did. The Kentucky Derby, if you bet on that, let me know how you guys did. Let me know if we've helped you at all here at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. And the most you could do for us, if you can't sign up for FTA Plus, just watch these videos every day. Hit that bell notification, click the like, and make sure to share the video. That's what I've got. Good luck today. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's have a great Monday, and I'll be back for Tuesday. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.